You know, it amazes me that no matter how much gets said about the advantages of using a long musky rod, when Jim Sarek and I teach the University of Esau's musky schools, we still have all kinds of guys coming to the schools with 7.5 foot musky rods, thinking that this is the way they're going to catch their fish. And quite often, especially with our school in Lake of the Woods, where many of the muskies are coming in figure eights, those 7.5 foot rods are costing the people fish. Think about it. Can you imagine having tackle? You have a choice of the tackle that you can buy. You know, we've got this big lineup of rods. Got an 8.5 foot rod here, 9 foot. We got anything that you can possibly buy, and then you pick up a 7-footer, and it costs you fish. The same, you know, the rod would cost almost the same amount as this 8.5, and it costs you fish. Don't make that mistake. Go with long rods. Long rods allow you to make longer casts. They allow you to manipulate lures better. Say you pick up a weed, you can snap it to get that weed off. Now you just save the cast. They allow you to make bigger figure eights. Once you hook a fish, they're much more forgiving because there's a lot more flex in the tip of the rod, but you still have got the backbone and the back end of the rod to get those hooks driven home. Make those bigger figure eights. And once that fish is hooked, you know, especially in the figure eight, if you have to drag them around the boat, you know, initiate the fight. Drag them around the boat if you have to, because if they're just up on the surface and going like this, shaking, it's worked for them before. They're going to do it again and get rid. They're going to keep doing it until they get rid of the bait. Take them for a walk around the boat, and a long rod really facilitates that. Just drag them around the boat. And who cares if you're horsing them? All that matters is putting that fish in the bottom of the net. So you take them for a walk. The long rod again facilitates that. Take them for a long walk around the boat. And by the time you make that lap around the boat, your buddy better be there waiting with a net. If he isn't, you need a new fishing partner. Anyway, get yourself a long rod. And you know, the shortest rods I carry in my boat are 7.6 jerkbait rods. Everything else is 8.5 to 9 foot long. And yes, my rod box does not accommodate a 9-foot rod. You know, my Rangers will, you know, they've got 8-foot rod boxes. I found a way to modify the rod box so you can accommodate, get 8.5 footers in there. Go to my website, steveheiting.com. That's STEVEHEITING.com. I've got a whole page that describes how to modify your Rangers rod box so you can get 8.5 footers in there. But I also use 9 footers. So how do I do that? Hey, I just strap them down in my boat and deal with it. You know, if they don't fit in your boat or they don't fit in your truck, get yourself a big piece of PVC, 6-inch PVC. Have it cut at 9.5 foot. Put a cap on each end. Now you got a 9-foot rod tube. Strap that into your boat. Strap it onto your truck, and away you go. The advantages of long rods are worth a little bit of a hassle that we have to accommodate them.